Hello guys, this is Masterpiece. Today's video is gonna be very unique. The information which I'm about to share with you today is gonna open your eyes about women so much. And I want you to take your pen and paper and jot down things I'm gonna be saying here, because most of them you're gonna be hearing it for the first time. And why do you need this very information, this very hidden knowledge about women? This knowledge about women which I'm talking about here is a knowledge which you need in order to excel with women, because I discover in my own analytics and research that lack of knowing what you're doing, knowing whom you're dealing with, makes you unsuccessful with a subject. So let's say I want to fix a car right now. If I don't know where the spark plug is and they're telling me that the car is misfiring due to P0303, I wouldn't know exactly what to do. So I need to understand that this car uses spark plug. I need to understand that this car uses fuel. So that's the same thing about women. And this knowledge which I'm talking about, a lot of scholars really don't have it. So I've taken my time to actually read through a lot of experience in my life, and I came across all this which I'm sharing with you right now, and I know it's gonna blow your mind when I'm done dumping this knowledge on you. And what is really the importance, like I said before, is to actually help you understand women so you can succeed with them the more. This very knowledge that I'm talking about is actually dangerous, because if you really understand women to this very much degree, then pretty much you can know how to follow them, you can know how to deal with them, you can know how to punish them, you can know how to manipulate them so much. So this is more like knowing every tips and trick in hacking and creating vulnerability for any for your target, for any of the person whom you want to target to take down their system or to hack into their database. This is exactly what it is, exploiting them. So this very knowledge that I'm talking about here is highly exploitive. So I want you to pay a very good attention, because it's gonna be once in a lifetime. And if you're new to my channel, you might subscribe, because I'm gonna be sharing some other information with you, which is also based on my own experience. And this experience that I'm talking about here is not something which I've shared on internet before. So without wasting much of your time, let's get into it. All right, let's get into it, because we have no time to check time. Now, the first thing you need to understand about women is women and kids aren't any different. If you've been looking at women based on their size and actually use that to judge how their intellectual property and how they reason, then you have failed it. Know from today onwards that women and kids, toddlers, reasoning, their own reasoning and their maturity aren't this different, aren't much different. Now, that is why if you see a kid coming to run around you when you come back home and demand that you bought what you bought for him or her, I want you to take a close look at your girlfriend or wife. The same thing is going to be playing around. All right, that's number one. And tell her what you tell toddlers and see how they react. That is why I said they are not so different. They only have bigger body, and they understand just things a little bit different from that of toddlers, but in their behavioral character they are mostly similar. The number two is women and cement are not so different. Plasters are not, yeah, you call it plaster of Paris or cement, which you use in building your house, you use a modern block, are not different. Now, what I mean by that is that when you have a woman, all right, that you want to have as your own girlfriend, and she has not been, there have not been any water, I want you to take her like a cement. She's fresh at that very much in powder, no water. So it is up to you to decide to add water to her. when no one has actually touched her, when no one has actually been into her life so much. All right? It's up to you to use your own knowledge, your own influence, your own behavioral attitude to actually add water into her. To the point when you add that water to her and you live and you consistently add that water, she's gonna set with the kind of information which you have passed into her, just like cement used to set. And when she's set and dry, she will no longer want to take much of information. Any other information which any other person is trying to give to her will no more be so much be accepted into her life. I mean, she's not going to absorb it. She's going to be rejecting a lot of it. That is how women are. So that is why in most cases, guys talked about body count. When a girl has so much body count, she has faced a lot of different encounters. I want to tell you that at that very point, she is seriously, I mean, she is cracked in the head. You can't code her, you can't really breed her, you can't tame her to your own taste. That very point there, I mean, it's more like a system that is corrupted. I'm sorry if you find it offensive, but that is the truth, right? The number 3 is women are gifts fashioned to please men. A lot of women who are feminists who are going to go against this very saying that women are gifts fashioned to please men. I want you to take a look at your environment, all right? Take a look at the music industry, take a look at the movies. The men are dressed up, suit up to cover up their bodies. Now, for the woman to be perceived and placed on certain values, she has to remove her clothes. What does that tell you? She's not removing her clothes to be validated by her fellow women, but by men. No matter how many makeups, no matter how many cute dress, no matter how many flaunty dress that a woman is dressing, she's trying to attract a man. She's doing all that to attract a man, not a fellow woman. Except for this day that people are changing their sexual preferences. But aside that, all she's doing is actually to attract a male. And that is why if you see a woman fashioning herself, no matter how beautiful she is up for a man. That's why I say that women are designed and engineered are just a gift fashioned to please men. And if you look at their own body tissues and how it's made, it's not strong, it's very soft, and not only that, it's very, very sexually stimulating just by looking at it. I mean, a lot of things can happen looking at a woman's beauty, I mean, as a man. So that's why I say that women are gifts fashioned to please men. And that is why most women don't have any problem. A lot of them, you can have up to 6, 7 that don't really care about clinging to one man. But men will have a problem clinging to another person's woman, except if you have a problem, you have a mental problem. Number 4, a woman will sell everything if left to survive on her own. I mean, she's going to sell her body. If you tell her to sell this car, if she tried to sell this car with her clothes on and this car wouldn't sell, and someone advised her that if she goes naked, unclad, to sell this clothes, she's gonna do it. If someone said, if the person who comes to buy this car said, except she sleeps with him, and he's not gonna buy this clothes, she's gonna do it. I am extremely serious. Don't take my word for a joke. So if you are telling your woman, if you are pushing your woman to go out there and hustle and bring the money home, I want you to have it at the back of your mind that there is no limit to what she can sell her body or whatsoever. I'm extremely serious. I'm going to talk about more of this later in this very video. Number 5, women are like clay and men are the potter. What I mean by that is that women have no definite shape, have no definite reasoning, have no logical reasoning of theirs, have no direction, they have no projection of what future is going to hold for them. Whenever any woman starts having such kind of projections, there is a man who is feeding her those projections. There is a man who is guiding her, holding her by hands, teaching her step by step on how to do that. But if you think that I'm actually playing, ask 1 or 2 out of 10 girls that you have around you, ask them what is their plan, and let us show you their plan. What is their future projection? What is their plan against tomorrow? Some of them are actually gonna, try to tell you about it, but if they can be very honest, they really don't have. Now, the other test which you are going to know that they don't think about tomorrow, they don't really so much care about tomorrow, is that when you see a woman growing from 16, she's playing. She want to flaunt around. She want to, flirt with any man as possible. When talking about marriage, especially in Africa, she's going to be thinking that you're crazy. You don't know what you're doing. She want to test. She want to keep whoring around. And she's going to keep doing this. Why? She values the current pleasure, the current immediate money. It might be very small, but she don't look at it that way. You are going to be the one who's going to be thinking that it's small, but she perceives it very big, all right? So she's going to keep doing this. If you give her a chance, it's going to do it the next 3 to 10 years. Until when time started going, that is when the reality, after 30s, that is when the reality of life is going to hit her. So you should have this at the back of your mind whenever you're dealing with women. That is why most often times women are very manipulative. They are easily manipulated because they care much about this very moment, about the pleasure of this very moment, what they see with their eyes, what they hear with their ears. They want to experience it now. So when you're talking about the danger that lies ahead about it, they don't really care. So that is why they are very vulnerable to be manipulated by guys. Number 6, women do not intimidate those whom they respect or place on high value. So if you see a woman who is so much disrespecting you or intimidating you, you should have it at the back of your mind that she have no respect for you, and she have no damn feeling for you, and she have no regard for you. That is why she's going to do that. And most often times women who can actually do that can be most women who have gone through tough times in life and trying to make it on their own, attain financial stability on their own without men. They can quickly turn into masculine and aggressive and disagreeable. Number 7, don't show her she is gold, else she will see you as a robber. What I mean by that is, when you see a girl, even if it is your wife, alright, this can be very tough for most guys. When you see a lot of people saying that she's so pretty, that she's an angel, you should be the last person that's going to say it. Do not say it, alright? She's going to be expecting you to say it. She's hearing from every other person, alright? But you not saying it as a man is what's going to keep her trying more to make you say it, but do not. Alright? If you want to adore her just little, but do not overpraise her. The reality there is, when you started overpraising her, you need to look at those people whom praise her, how she treats them. She treats them like fan. A lot of people have told you that before, that when you treat a woman like a celebrity, she treats you like a fan. So it's true. The more you start praising her, the more you start making her placing her value so high, then your own value start decreasing. She start feeling that she's more important than you. But technically speaking, that's what it is. So if she's good, not tell her that she's good. Just move on and take her like just a normal person. She will feel that you are not easily satisfied. That's okay. Number 8, women are extremely vulnerable, like 95% chance to fall when tempted. So guide yours, be territorial. What I mean by this is, most women, 95%, will fall when subjected to a very high temptation. Let's say like money. You offer them money that you want to sleep with them, even if she's married. I want you to have it at the back of your mind that the chance of her falling into that temptation is 90% success rate, 5% I mean, 5% failure. So which means it's only 5% of women in the world out there who can actually stood those temptations without falling. But I can't really vouch that it's 5%. But based on what I've seen so far, based on what I've experienced so far, women are extremely vulnerable to fall when tempted. Really tempted. If you have all the resources and have all the qualities you need, you can make any woman fall. Any woman, I mean any woman. Now, let's go further. So you can guide her by being territorial. She's going to say you are insecurity, accept it, no problem. But be territorial, because the moment you take a step backward, you're going to start hearing rumors. You're going to start hearing people telling you this happened, and it could be too late when you start hearing those kind of stories. Number 9, a woman who dresses in a tight body outfit is an open stores awaiting for new customers. Now, if your wife or your girlfriend often dress in a tight body revealing clothes when going out, she's telling you that her man is still out there, that you could be one of them, or you are one of them, but there are thousands of them out there. There are dozens of them out there. Because whenever a woman put on a tight body revealing clothes, she is like a marketer who has something on her head trying to sell, or it's like a grocery store opened up for new customers. Anyone can price it and buy it. That's what it means. So tell her you don't want it. If she else is acting that way, you should know that she's telling you, even if it's your wife, my dear, she's up to take things from other men. I mean, any kind of offer, pleasure, you name it. That is fact. Number 10, if you last so long with her in bed, then there is every tendency that her vagina is not tight or is too loosed. There is no two ways about it. But if you come quicker each time you engage in sex with her, you come quicker. There are two things that are there. One is that you have a lot of feelings for her. Two is that she have a tight private part. It's as simple as that. So if you're lasting up to 2 hours, I'm certain that there's a lot of people whom their own size manhood is much more bigger than yours, and there is nothing you can do about it. You can either leave her and find something much more fresh and newer. She probably have a lot of body counts, and if she's demanding for more rounds and more rounds, it's still the same thing. She don't have any friction in there, so stop killing yourself, guy. That's a lot of, she got a lot of body count. She won't tell you the truth, but that's it, right? There is no way a woman with less body count, let's say 1 or 2, or let's say none, is gonna be making such demand. No, it's not gonna make it. Now let's go more. If you failed to train her, the street will gut her. Yeah, a lot of you gonna feel this to be a little bit strange. Why will you train her? Are you her father? Well, there is a saying, there is a name which in Africa a woman is called, is something, I don't know how to describe it in English. Is something that the parent, something that is undoable. It's more like impossible. I don't know. It's, yes, impossible. Impossible child, impossible gender. I think that is the name Africa gave women, So why I said it is because when you have a girlfriend or you have a wife that have not been so much soiled, have not experienced a lot of hands or a lot of body count, let's say 1 or 2 body count or no body count, you have to teach her everything from A to Z, and you have to keep teaching her, Because if you don't, if another man, if you get to experience any man and teach her anything different, she's on a lose. That's what I mean by the street got her if you don't teach her. So you have to raise your wife. That's right. That is why a man is called a groom and the girl is called a bride. Maybe you should go and check the meaning of what groom is if you really don't believe what I said. 12. When a woman is subjected to face what men face, she will turn into man. That is true. That is why I say at the context of this very video that that's different though. But this one here, what it means is women and men are not equal. A lot of people who are fooling you will not tell you the truth. The truth here is that if you leave women to face the realistic life experience of making money, which requires a lot of masculine energy, emotional trauma, anxiety, and frustration, when she make that money, when she reach that height and make that money, she'll become aggressive, she'll become masculine, and even topple that, she'll become not agreeable, not marriable. She will change from being a woman, feminine, to become masculine. She'll change from woman to become a man or a man plus. That's what it means. So do not leave your wife to go and make her money or whatsoever. And that is why also you should understand that in any relationship where a woman makes more money than her husband, the relationship is always hitting rock, because she will always want to be the one to tell you what to do, even when it's wrong. And you get to know what is right and wrong in this video, also again in women's perspective, in women's world, how they perceive things that are wrong or right. 13. Most women are lazy, as weak as fresh flesh or meat. What that means is that women are naturally lazy and weak. That is why they are called weaker sex. But most of you might argue, most women might argue, but in my own research, the reason why most Western marriages failed is not because women are looking for opportunity to be equal. Even while looking for opportunity to be equal, is because they are weak. All right. I want you to take this certain percentage which has been allotted to them to do as their chores, as the house chores, cleaning and cooking. In that percentage, if you leave it to me, I'm going to tell you that that is more like 20% out of 100, which men put in every single day to make things work. But she have problem putting in that 20 because she's weak and she's lazy. I'm telling you this because I have experienced it. I have a girlfriend, I have a wife who pretty much at the first time she was showing that she's actually strong and all that. But when I left her to do just the little things which she's going to do, I'm very, very shocked she's even failing. And so I still have to step in to do among the 20% which I left her to do in order to keep the relationship going. So it is not only me who have that, a lot of men out there. Although there are a lot of women who are industrious out there, but most women are that lazy and weak, feeble in nature. So you should learn to understand that, and so you don't have more problem with them. Number 14, it is more difficult to train your, it is more difficult to, it is more easy to train your children than to guide your wife or girlfriend in the right path. Why is that? Because as a child, he have fear of you, and except your wife can actually have fear of you if you are very resourceful and highly value, and she knows that any day that she lost you, and the kind of marriage you have with her is not a Western marriage where if he hits the rock, she get to take half of your properties or even more than half of your properties. If it is not based on court and not based on you know, any some sort of a agreement, prenups and all that. So due to that, if it is not due to that, When you're telling her some certain things to do, she's going to be feeling you are humiliating her. She's not going to follow it. And that is why it's difficult, all right? But your kids or your children are going to be listening to you. You correct them, they're going to follow. But this one, she have a lot of influences around her, other girls, social medias, and rest of them. So she's always going to question your authority. And when she questions your authority, most of what you're saying, she will not want to do it. And that is why I say it's going to be much more easy to raise your own kids than to even guide her on the right path. But notwithstanding, you should do it anyway. You're going to continue doing it. You're going to continue talking and saying it, or even putting fear in her in order to do what instigate fear into her, to do what is right. 17. Women cheat more. They are easily manipulated because they lack logical reasoning and active, rigid decision making that is not driven by emotion, and is because they are also emotionally based human being, not logical being. Everything they feel is right even when it's wrong. Did you get that statement? Everything they feel is right even when it's wrong. So their acting is based on their feeling. Whatever they say is based on their feeling. And whatever they do is based on their feeling. And therefore, whatever they do, they tend to validate that. They tend to set that as the new norms even when it's wrong. Even when it's not accepted, they want you to accept it. They want you to take that as the new right, the new norms, even when it's wrong, such as cheating, such as not being accountable, such as, being disrespectful or whatsoever. Number 18, women occasionally insult you during while joking, and they tell you it's joke. But no, women tell you the truth with jokes. That is it. They tell you exactly what is in their mind while joking. So if she says that you're ugly while you're joking with her, that is actually the truth. Women don't tell you the truth when you ask for it. They tell you the truth while joking. So when she is joking and she insults you, you have to take it very serious and rebuke her and warn her seriously from doing that, because next time it's going to repeat, and it's going to repeat much more aggressive. And their own psychological mindset is, if I can do it while joking with him, I can do it even while not joking with him in a serious situation. I've had this a lot of time from my girlfriend and my wife when I got married. And it is a very terrible feeling, I must tell you. So if he jokingly insults you, you have to caution her and warn her very seriously, even if you have to spoil her mood that very day for trying such kind of bad attitude. Always tell her not to insult you jokingly, because women tell the truth while joking. So if they insult you, that is actually their own truth. That is what exactly is in their mind. Number 19, women are opposite sex in action. Meaning, if you chase them, they run. If you run away, they chase after you. If you love them, they tend to hate you. If you hate them or display some sort of hate against them, they tend to be more inclined to returning the affection, returning the love affection to you. If you show too much concern to them, they show less concern. If you treat them like a celebrity, they treat you like a fan. So they are opposite sex. That's what it means. So you should learn to understand that whenever you're trying to please her, whenever you're trying to validate her so much above your own level, when you are validating her so much and you are putting her up like a queen and telling her that she's a queen, that she's so beautiful, that she's so adorable, and she didn't say anything back to you, your own value is dropping. She is losing value for you. She's going to be inclined into people who look at her and will not admire her that much and will try to please them. I think highlighted something about that before. So you should understand that no matter how any other person prays her that she's a queen, oh, she's the most beautiful, please, as her boyfriend, as her husband, do not tell her those. Be very, very little with your own compliment. Notice also that most of them who take such compliment have to give compliment to their spouse or their own girlfriend. So I'm certain that she is not even reciprocating, or even no, she's not even giving you in the first place. So reciprocation is in the sense that where you give and she tried it, right? Most of the time she might just come and dress up and tell the intern and say, how do I look? Just tell her she's fine. They hate that, yes. But the reality there is that most of them will never try to validate your own look or try to make you feel like you're a special person. And if you notice, I notice this most often times with many women, married women, and women girlfriends. They don't validate their boyfriend, they don't tell them they're handsome, all this and that. Women, girls who are in relationship, we prefer to tell a guy who is not her boyfriend that she looks cute. I hope you can see how terrible that is, all right? A woman who is in a marriage would prefer to say that another man that passes on the road is handsome and, you know, very, very attractive, instead of telling her husband. So it's really messed up. So you should also learn to understand that and use that same psychology, reverse psychology against them. Do not, except you want to lose her, except if you don't value her, keep it to yourself. Keep all that feelings to yourself. And if you keep it to yourself, you're going to understand how important whatever I'm telling you tonight is. And number 20, women are interested in their wants and not their needs. Women do not have any desirable needs. Whatever you see women trying to catch, whatever she's trying to wear, is not actually from her own desire. It's from hearsay, it's from external influences. So realistically, that is why a lot of women lose a lot of money. They are more interested in people's opinion because they don't have original opinion of themselves. Men have original opinion of themselves, like this is the kind of clothes I will want to wear, not because I saw anybody wearing it, not because I was told that that is the best clothes that's gonna fit me. All right. Now I am driven by my logic that I am convinced this is the type. I can decide to take a pen and design a clothes which I want to wear and tell the tailor, sew it, this is gonna fit me, and you're gonna see that. And you should take Kanye West for instance. Kanye West is actually the advisor and the dress the ingenuity behind Kim Kardashian's dress and why they were dating. Whatever beautiful Kim Kardashian dress is, all those why, is the ingenuity of Kanye West. So you should understand that men have this ability of knowing really what they want, but women do not. Women act based on that is what every person is wearing. That is what I saw that is trending on the social media, so I'm gonna wear it regardless if it's gonna fit them or not. All right, so they care more about wants. They don't really have any personal need except any projected one, any suggested one, either by the influence by the sisters, by the close relationship of friends or their peers, or anyone that's copy on the social media. So I want you to understand that. But you as a man, you have to always push. You have to do what Kanye West do. You have to always tell her that, look, this is what is good for you. So since she don't know what is good for her, you tell her what is good for her. And later she's gonna appreciate it. Some other times you're gonna actually hear her say, will this be okay if I wear this? Then she's seeking your validation to put on those dress on. All right. Now, number 21, women don't think about the future. This is gonna be the last one. Women don't think about the future. I think I did mention something like this at the context of this very video. And why is that? Because women, I don't know, are wired and engineered to believe about the present moment, the pleasure of this moment. And that is why they are very, very vulnerable when they see someone who come with a flashy car or a luxury lifestyle, you know, the speed at which they make the decision to jump into a date with that guy or to jump into the life that guy with that guy is the snap which I snap right now is even slower. They make that decision in a snap and they don't think about what is the consequences. What if the person is infected? What if suppose this person uses me for any money ritual? What if this person harmed me? They don't think about that. What they are very much concerned is just that flashy things. That is why most men consider that women have fish brain, because fish is gonna see the hook, but it's not interested in the hook, but just that little flashy, fleshy, attractive meat that is right there on the bait. So when he go and grab it, then the hook caught her. So at this very point, it is very essential that you guide your women, you guide her jealously, like I said, guide her jealously and be very, very territorial. A lot of them are gonna scream, a lot of them are gonna start wanting to fight you. Now when she started getting in the mood of fighting you because you're territorial, then there is a problem. There is another guy in her life. I'm gonna say that one more time. When you started guiding your women, when you start becoming territorial, what is territorial? That is what most of them would call insecurity, to insult you, to make you back away. If you're not jealous, you don't love whatever you love, all right? So for the facts about the territorial stuff, if I have my Lamborghini here or my Porsche here, and I saw someone about to scratch it, if you park your Lamborghini or a Porsche and you saw someone about to scratch it, would you leave the person to scratch it and complain or fight the person? Or will you prevent the person from scratching it? I know you are not going to allow the person to do that harm and start going through emotional depression and anxiety of, will they get it right after those incidents? That is exactly what it is when you left women to be on their own without being territorial. And they'll knock you out and told you that you are being insecure, that you feel of insecure and all that, you are immature, they can insult you to any length to make you back away. But once you back out, then you have opened the doors for them to haul around, to hold and open their legs, whatever they want. All right, like when she's putting on a tight body revealing clothes, when she's always wearing makeup, when she's always answering secret call and you want to know, she felt that you are insecure, that you're supposed to stay on your lane, you're supposed to trust her even while you're saying that things is about to go bad, even when you're saying that she's flaunting her body, or even when you're seeing her smiling so much and throwing herself on a guy that she told you is just a friend, or that she's caring more about her phone and spending more time with her phone, which is connected with social media app, which is, maybe responding to DM, which you don't have access to the passcode to unlock. Now, let's say you've been inside the same room with her for a long time, let's say like 5 hours, and for the next 4 hours, she didn't even know that you're in there because she's all with her phone. Now, when you confronted her, who is that person? The first thing she's gonna do is to hit back, to attack you back by saying that, why are you asking, that you are being insecure, that you're being childish and immature. But realistically, what you did is just the right thing, because you are at the verge of preventing her from becoming a whore, or becoming a cheater, or becoming less useful to you, or trying to break your relationship with another man. So at that very point, if you seize the phone, you have done the right thing, all right? Because when she gives more attention to her phone, anything much more than you, then that thing which she gives that attention is what have her, not you. I hope you find this very interesting. I hope this helps you to resolve your marriage or to resolve your marriage issues or relationship that's about to crash, or prevent you from running into that problem with a girl which you don't know her fate. Tune in for the next episode where I'm going to teach you if she's using you or she is just messing with you or she's not yours and just fooling you. Thanks for watching. Catch you later. Bye for now.